Okay, happy Friday. Welcome to your daily focus tarot water signs. So, Five of Cups and the Hierophant in reverse. Now, Five of Cups, the card of wallowing, crying over spilled milk, not realizing what you still have because you're focused on what you don't have. You see these three flowers wilted and these two flowers behind the cat. So the three flowers, a lot of people read this as the three flowers are in the past, and the two flowers behind the cat are in the present or the future, right? So instead of being focused on the past, you need to turn around and focus on the present moment or the future moment. Focus on what you still have. Instead of thinking about what you don't have. Now, the clarifier is the Seven of Cups. And the Seven of Cups, it can talk about possibilities and opportunities, but it can also talk about unrealistic desires and wishful thinking, daydreaming to the point where you're not actually taking action towards your goals. You're just like thinking about them and dreaming about them. And in regards to Five of Cups, this hunger that you have deep within emotionally towards a goal, it could be that you're just, sitting around thinking about it, thinking about, oh, how great it'll be when that happens, but you're not actually taking the steps towards it. You're not actually moving towards that because you're afraid of, well, some people are afraid of what might happen if they actually reach their goal. They're afraid of success. Other people, they're afraid of what they need to do to achieve that goal, like what they need to sacrifice in order to achieve the goal. So they just daydream about it and they don't actually take action towards it. Either way, you need to focus on the cups that you do have. You need to focus on the two roses that you do have, the two flowers here, and not on the ones you don't have. Don't focus on the stuff you don't have. Focus on what you do have. If you're going to daydream, use it as a springboard to help you take action towards a goal or towards a new goal. So the Hierophant in reverse, this talks about, at its best, it can talk about rebellion or eccentricity, disobedience. At its worst, it is talking about hypocrisy, receiving unsound advice from somebody who is corrupt. It can talk about your personal beliefs being compromised by this corruption, by this person who gave you bad advice. It can talk about a rejection. When it talks about rebellion, it can talk about that rejection of other people's values, like traditional values. The Hanged Cat is the clarifier. So the Hanged Cat, this talks about getting that new perspective. And he does it by sacrificing something. And usually it's something that's very personal to him or something that's going to help him get ahead. He sacrifices that in order to get this new perspective. So if you're sacrificing, you're rejecting traditional values, it could be that you're rejecting somebody, whether they gave you unsound advice or not. If you're rebelling, it could be that you're rejecting their values and you're rejecting participating in something traditional, some traditional rite or something. And that might cost you, spending time with your family or spending time with a particular group. But when you do that, it's going to help you find your own routine. It's going to help you find your own balance, your new perspective, and it's going to set you up to move forwards on your own path. Now, if the Hierophant in reverse is talking about somebody giving you, somebody who's corrupt giving you bad advice, the Hanged Cat is going to talk about that bad advice caused you a sacrifice. And now you've gained that new perspective. You've gained that knowledge and that ability to move forwards. At the bottom of the deck, Temperance, which is about balancing between two different worlds. So balancing between what you have and what you don't have. And that bringing about a healing, balancing these two different aspects of your life. Like, you know, if somebody did give you unsound advice and they took advantage of you, and that's what these 3 cups were. You had that unrealistic expectations. They took advantage of you. Now you've got this new perspective, and that new perspective is bringing about the balance. It's bringing about the healing. And then we have the Hermit going within to find your own path, to get inner guidance, and then being true to yourself on taking that path, starting down it. 3 of Wands, expansion and growth. Really deep spiritual, deep intellectual growth in terms of who you are as a person. And this is a long-term growth, a long-term path. Have a great Friday. I'll see you tomorrow.